This is the Adjutant. Retirement is supposed to be the reward, the finish line, the moment everything finally gets easier. But for many retirees, especially military retirees, it's not freedom. It's confusion, it's isolation, financial stress, loss of purpose. And the truth is, no one prepares you for this part. Today, I'm going to explain why some retirees struggle and, more importantly, how you can avoid becoming one of them. Let's start with the loss of identity. For decades, your identity is clear. Your rank, position, unit of assignment, the mission you're going to be on. You know who you are because the institution tells you who you are. Then one day you wake up and that identity is gone. No uniform, no authority, no structure. No one needs you at 6 o'clock in the morning, or as we say in the military, 0600 hours. For many retirees, this creates a quiet crisis. If I'm not this, then who am I? Civilians often build identity across multiple areas, their careers, their hobbies, the community, family roles. Military service tends to concentrate identity into one powerful role. When that role disappears, the vacuum can be overwhelming. You have loss of purpose. Closely related to identity is purpose. In service, everything matters. People rely on you. Your decisions have consequences. Your presence is required. Then retirement hits, and suddenly nothing is urgent. There's no missions. There's no deadlines. No one is calling you at midnight. And for some, that actually feels peaceful. For others, it feels like drifting. Human beings are wired to need purpose, not just comfort. Without it, even a comfortable life can actually feel empty. Then you have loss of structure. Military life runs on structure. There's wake times, there's schedules, there's training cycles, there's evaluations. Retirement, folks, removes all of that. You can wake up whenever you want, do whatever you want, or nothing at all. And surprisingly, folks, unlimited freedom can become paralyzing. Days kind of just blur together. Your motivation drops. Your health habits slip away. Structure isn't a prison, it's a support system. A lot of people don't realize that when they're in the military. They feel overwhelmed with the structure. So you remove it suddenly, and many people just struggle to replace it. Now here's the financial reality. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about money right now. Many assume retirement pay solves everything. Well, it doesn't. Even a very strong pension may only replace a portion of your active duty income, especially when you figure in your loss of your BAH, your loss of your BAS, the tax differences now that you're going to be facing, inflation, healthcare changes. You know, even when you're in the military or when you're out of the military, you might have TRICARE and you're saying, wow, that's not much money. Well, you know what? When you're in the military, that little bit of money is actually no money. Remember that. New civilians actually have expenses. Some retirees also underestimate how long retirement can last. If you join the military early, you can retire in your 40s and 50s and maybe even 38 years old if you came in 18. Your income needs to last 30 to 40 years or more. Without planning, financial stress can creep in quietly. Then there's the loss of community. In the military, community is kind of built in. You have everybody around you. Your coworkers or your neighbors, your friends, your support network. After retirement, that ecosystem just kind of dissolves away, if you will. You may relocate, your friends scatter to the winds of the earth, four corners of the earth, if you will. No community takes time to build without meeting people. So remember that. Your new communities, that's going to just take some time altogether. And loneliness is one of the most common and least discussed retirement challenges. Not because retirees are weak, but because humans are social creatures. Then health changes. Service keeps many people physically active by default. So even if you are a couch potato, by default, you're up in the morning, you're doing your calisthenics, and all of that stuff. But after retirement, activity becomes optional. Combine reduced activity with aging and stress or lack of routine, and health can decline actually faster than you expected. Physical health and mental health are deeply connected. When one suffers, the other often follows. What I want to do is talk about expectation versus reality. Okay? Now here's the biggest trap, folks. Retirement is often imagined as a permanent vacation, but vacation is enjoyable precisely because it's temporary. When relaxing becomes your full-time existence, it stops feeling like a reward. Happiness usually comes from balance, comfort, and challenge, freedom and responsibility, rest and purpose. And folks, I feel like I'm preaching to myself as a retiree, so just remember that. Without that balance, dissatisfaction grows. Now, here's what I found. How to avoid some of these struggles, if you will. And this is the most important part. Retirement doesn't have to feel difficult. Retirement doesn't have to feel foreign, but it does require intentional planning, not just financially, but psychologically and socially. Now, here's what successful retirees do differently. It took me a time to get to this, all right? You got to understand that you're not tied to your rank. So I don't go around saying I'm kept. No, don't do that. But they're tied to values, skills, and passions. Teacher, mentor, traveler, entrepreneur, volunteer, YouTube creator, or any type of creator. The maintain purpose is what you want to do. Maintain purpose. This could be a second career, part-time work, consulting, service to others, creative pursuits, family leadership. Purpose doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to matter to you. Another thing they do is they create structure. Successful retirees design their days, wake up time, exercise routine, projects, goals. Freedom works best when paired with intention. So even though I retired from the military several years ago, I wake up early in the morning, I'm in the gym, I do my routine, try to eat healthy, do my research so that I can bring knowledgeable information to you vis-a-vis my YouTube channel and other endeavors that I'm involved in. Also, successful retirees, they plan financially, not just for survival, but for the lifestyle they want. Now, this includes savings, investing, debt management, and realistic expectations. They also build new communities, veteran groups, faith communities, professional networks, clubs, online communities even. Connection doesn't happen automatically. It must be cultivated. So if you're sitting around in your home just wondering how you're going to meet folks, that's generally not how it's going to work. Now, physical fitness becomes a personal responsibility, not a requirement. Those who stay active tend to experience far better retirement incomes, so successful retirees invest in their health. So struggling in retirement doesn't mean failure. It means transition. You spent decades serving something larger than yourself. Now you must build a life that serves you. Retirement isn't the end of your journey, folks. It's the beginning of the chapter you finally control. So if you're planning retirement or already living it, the key question isn't, how do I stop working? It's, what am I moving toward? Because the retirees who thrive aren't the ones who escaped work. They're the ones who found their next mission. If this video helped you, share it with someone who's approaching retirement and tell me in the comments, what do you think will be the biggest adjustment for you after retirement? Until next time, I am the Adjutant. Shalom.